Hi YouTube, AC Dodd here again, and welcome to a bonus episode. This is a bonus purely because it wasn't intended, but I actually got the opportunity to catch up with the owner of the recent budget cylinder head service videos that I did. So I did part 1 and 2. This is going to be part 3 because this is me going out to the car to tune it in. And one of the things I wanted to say actually is back in the day when I was fitting stage 1 kits and tuning them and all the rest of it, what I found out was that doing a valve job on your engine before you actually, well, at the same time that you fitted the kit would enhance the performance even more, because the little A series is good at chewing its way through its valves, and the reality is having a valve job at the same time you put your stage 1 kit on makes a big difference. So having that head rebuilt, or head service I should say, on this 98,000 mile engine has really woke it up. So I thought I would put together a little video showing a little bit of the tuning, and obviously imparting some of my knowledge and experience about the importance of getting good valve seal, and obviously maximising the performance out of your engine. So if you fit a stage 1 kit and you've got an engine that's done 50-60,000 miles, the chances are your valve seal is anywhere near where it needs to be. So you can really benefit by doing a valve job at the same time as fitting your stage 1 kit, and then getting it all dialed in just like we've done here. So let's crack on and see how it turns out. So what happened to the budget cylinder head rebuild? Well, here it is. It's on an engine. It's been fitted after we've done it, and it's now here for a tune-up. So without further ado, let's get this nicely rebuilt cylinder head on this engine, and let's get it all dialed in and get the best out of it. So I'll just interject here. If you want to know what was done, then I'll leave some links to the 2 previous cylinder head service videos that I did a couple of weeks back. So they'll be at the top of the screen. So what I want you to do is to go back and watch those, and that'll detail the work I did to this cylinder head, and obviously it'll detail the condition it was in when it arrived, and then you'll be able to see the work that I had to do to it to get it serviceable. But in essence, it didn't need any new parts apart from 8 valve stem seals and a set of valve springs. But here we are, it's on an engine, so let's get dialing it in. So in order to get this one ready for tuning, basically the customer has asked that we put electronic ignition conversion on it. So I've got one of my Power Spark AC Dodd recurve distributors, which I've now fitted. So we've gone from points ignition up to a 0.8 ohm coil variable dwell recurved Power Spark AC Dodd distributor. So this isn't my normal fast road curve. I've actually gone for the a slightly slower version, which is I'll do specifically for these high compression 998s. So as that I was involved in the cylinder head, I've skimmed a little bit off the cylinder head. It's had 10th off the head, so I am a little bit concerned about compression, which is why I've gone for this advanced curve, which is just a little bit slower. One of the common problems that people get into when they rebuild engines, especially stock ones, is some of the engines in the 80s have very high compression ratios. Now, one of which is the 998 A plus engine with the flat top pistons, especially the economy models, and they add sort of 10 to 1, 9.6, 10 to 1, some cases 10.3 to 1 compression, which were very close to causing engine knock back in the day. Other engines like the MG Metro, the original one at 10.5 to 1, have similar problems. So any engine rebuilding work where you have to surface the cylinder head, for example, and reseat the valves, obviously reseating the valves restores lost compression, but also if you have to skim the cylinder head, you reduce the chamber volume in the cylinder head, which increases the compression ratio, so it actually compounds the problem. And that is all part of the standard rebuilding process. So just rebuilding your engine on an engine that is very close to having knock problems because its compression ratio is too high can get you into some issues. So what we have to do in this particular case, we've got an advanced curve which I've chosen, which is a special slightly slower version of my fast road curve, which is suited to the 998 engines with these high compression pistons. so that we don't run into a problem with knocking or detonation or any of that sort of stuff. So that's what we fitted here. Now obviously fitting a high power ignition system is excellent and an excellent choice for this particular engine, purely because we're making the most of the modifications. Now this engine's already done 98,000 miles. It's well worn, but obviously with a new cylinder head on there, the compression figures go up, so therefore we need a nice strong spark to fire that. So that's what we're doing. So now we're going to turn our attention to the carburetor. Bearing in mind this has got basically a stage 1 kit fitted, but we are not going to drill the airbox because the customer doesn't want extra noise. So I'm going to fit a K&N inside the airbox and then see how we get on. Okay, so this particular car was the third car that I've tried my new AFA needle on. So bearing in mind this was designed for stage 1 kitted cars, specifically with drilled airboxes. This was I knew this was going to be a challenge because the customer didn't want the airbox drilled, which is absolutely fine. So what we had to do was a little bit of, you know, being sensible. So I increased the airflow as much as I could without drilling the airbox. But the idea really is I wanted to see that this particular needle would actually go in this car and actually make a big difference, which it did. So got there in the end with this one. Very, you know, straightforward. Just needed to thin the oil out in the dashpot. I took the hot box off the end. I'll explain why in a minute. And we also put a K&N element inside the box, but the owner absolutely did not want any holes drilled in the airbox. So we've definitely not drilled any holes in the airbox, which is fantastic. So what I've done in here is this has got my new AFA needle in, because it's got a stage 1 kit, but it hasn't got the air filter. So the fueling was absolutely perfect without the air filter on. When I put the air filter on, it was slightly rich at sort of 4,000 and 5,000 revs. So removing the airbox off the end, the hot box off the end, I should say, made us sensible. So let's have a look at the fueling. That's 2,000 revs. Three 3,000 revs. 4,000 revs. 5,000 revs. So yeah, just tends towards to go a little bit rich towards 5,000 revs, but we don't really mind about that because at 5,000 revs you kind of need a little bit more fuel. So in terms of where we are, I've done 3 other cars with those needles today, and they've all been without modification, which is fantastic. So anyway, this car is ready for a test drive, and hopefully the owner's going to like this, because this has got a nice new resealed valves in it. So feels very lively. So as we can see there, obviously, taking the hot box off the end of the air filter, changed my fueling at 5,000 revs by about 5 to 7% in the leaner direction, which was just what I needed to get that, where that needle tended to go a bit rich, just to nudge it into the 9s, which is what you really want. So very happy about that. Clearly, if I'd have drilled the holes in the airbox, it would have been even leaner. So the important thing to understand is, if you want maximum performance with the standard components, then your airbox does need to be drilled. However, not everybody wants that to happen. Not everybody likes the noise that brings around. The noise is only prevalent when your foot's hard down on the accelerator. So if you're just cruising, you won't notice the difference. But when you start accelerating, that's when the noise comes on. So I compromised with the owner, and I was allowed to take the hot box off the end, which obviously then got me in the right position. But that obviously added more power. So it wasn't just a needle thing. It was the case of taking that off the end actually leans the fuel out, because the engine's then consuming more air, which is what we want. So the point is that increased the performance. So that's all the footage I've got on this particular engine. What I can say is the owner didn't want to come on camera and say anything about it, but they have let me know that it's the best the car's ever been since they've had the car. Plenty of performance, drives very nicely, and all the usual things that you hear on my video. So yeah, very turned out very well. And the other thing to add there is obviously the AFA needle, which I've designed and had produced by Berlin Fuel Systems and SU Carburetors, is working very well. So out of the 3 cars I've done thus far, or sorry, the 4 cars I've done thus far, 3 of them I put the needle in with no modifications, which is fantastic. So I've yet to modify one, which is very good, but there's a long way to go yet, so I will continue to use these needles and see how they perform. But the most important thing for you guys is that needle is now available. You can buy it over the counter from Berlin Fuel Systems or Mini Spares. Mini Spares are also going to include that, I believe, with their stage 1 kits. So you will therefore be able to buy something, fit it to the car, drill your airbox, put a K&N filter in your airbox, and then you will have something that will totally transform your car. But only if you baseline the mixture properly after fitting those components. That's vitally important, because if you put that in and leave it too rich, it's gonna not do good things for your engine, as well as the fuel consumption and all the rest of it. So you know, if you're going to do this, make sure you baseline the mixture properly at idle, and then you'll be good to go. Anyway, hopefully you like this video. I will be coming back soon with more videos, so as ever, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.